Hey folks, I want to welcome you back to the Sensu Pop channel. Today we will be taking a look at the yellow cards for the upcoming product Battle Evolution boosters coming out in March, and I really cannot wait to get my hands on this, because if you've already been in this channel for quite some time listening to my beautiful angelic voice, you will know that I really gets excited when I see support for all archetype rather than the new ones, right? So I kind of like both, but if you ask me to choose, I would definitely prefer more support for all the archetype. That's how I roll, and I just like it. Alright, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take a look at the yellow cards. We're gonna talk about the archetype that it is trying to support, and moving forward, how good the cards are. Okay, so the main star of yellow, it is going to be Android 13, 14, and 15. One of the things that it's in my head when I first saw this, right, is that, hey, this is wrong. Android 13 should always stay in green with its theme of hand destruction. But if you take a look at the new cards that they are giving to this Android 13, you will know that yes, not exactly, because it really feels more like a yellow card now with this new one and the new cards rather than the green. So what is this about? It's pretty much the same you're playing with Android 14 and 15, but you will go with multiple attacks and then a lot of KO on the board. And if you KO something on the board with rest mode, your opponent has to discard. Okay, so basically that's that. Let's take a look at the battle cards. Android 14 and 15, they are both searcher. 14 does a better job of searching because it looks up to top 5. 15 draws you a card, ability to put something in rest mode and KO them. Yep. And but one of the very good card in this deck is definitely this card, Android 14 and 15 target acquire, because they are a 1+5k, but if your leader card it's an Android card or yellow, this card reduces the cost by 1, not the casting cost but the combo cost. When your opponent has 2 or more energy, when this card is played, you look up the top 10 at the top of the deck, you choose one Android 13 card with energy cost 4 or less, and you play it with the skills negated, then you shuffle your deck. One of your target is Android 13, the mission begins. This card, I believe it's the MVP of the Android 13 deck because of his auto. He has a rival of yellow and green, so easily just combo with this guy, and then you can play him, or you play him and then you play this Android 14 and 15 card, and then you get to play this guy from the field. You said that, hey, Sensu Pop, the cost it's negated. Yes and no. The reason is simply because at the start of your opponent's turn, that's how he gets his effect. He doesn't have his double strike. Okay, that's pretty bad. But at the start of your opponent's turn, your opponent has to choose 2 of their battle cards and KO it just like that. And if one of the cards is in rest mode, their leader Android 13 has to, because of the leader's ability, they have to discard a card. Alright, amazing. Pretty amazing, but they will build it up with of course you can play the 04 drop and the 03 drop. The 3 drop, it's pretty problematic playtesting wise. Yes, I'm playtesting this Android 13 because I really want to play them together with the new Android 18. My new Android 18 deck, it's doing pretty well though during playtesting. I would love to show you guys. However, this Android 13 plays on so I'm trying to pick up whether do you want to play the set 3 4 drop or the new Series 9 4 drop. 4 is the number because you want to do successor 2, so you have the option of playing something from your hands by tapping 2 energy with the old with the combo one, the 2 cost 10k, that type of combo from Series 9, or you can use successor mechanics to play on top of this, so you have 4 2 1, that type of stuff, so you can do it. Alright, so super Android 13, core of the trio, triple attack. If your leader card it's a yellow Android card, reduce the combo cost of this card by 1. So arrival, it's pretty easy with this deck, and you don't clog up your hands with all this 1+10k as usual from playing the multicolor cards. If your leader card it's an Android 13 card, when this card attacks your opponent, further chooses one of the battle cards and KO it. And if it's a card in rest mode, once per turn, because of a leader's ability, they have to discard 1. So I want to bring your attention also to the successor mechanics, because by tapping 2, you could successor by tapping 2 more you can do the adamantium and go for another swing, because the adamantium guy, it's also 7 cost. One interesting thing over here, it's because of how cheap this guy comes out, and it has triple attack, the Vow Creator Android 20 card. I'm gonna put the picture up here. It's a very good contender for this, because you can choose one of your green Android card. I don't think it's mono green Android, I have to check, but you can choose. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a mono green Android. If it's a green Android card, you can choose it and it gets 5k and double strike for the duration of the battle. No, for the duration of the turn. So this guy immediately becomes a 35k triple attack double strike monster that KOs 3 cards on the board. Good. Very good. This is Android 13. Really fun to play. I just need to figure out the ratio and the cards to play, and I'm slowly figuring out. I'm slow, but starting to figure it out. All right, let's take a look at the other archetype that gets people really excited. Admittedly, because it has something to do with Goku. It is gonna be Goku lineage. SS3 Son Goku, even further beyond. This card, how good it is. Pretty damn good. It is a barrier swap 5 3 cost. In the past, how you do Goku lineage is always 1 to 2 2 to 3 and yada that type of stuff. If you want to play Gotenks, you kind of stop it. Gotenks is a really good card. It's that 10k that when he swings, you look up to top 3, pick a card and put it into your hands. It doesn't matter. You don't even need to show your opponent. You just pick a card and put it into your hands. That card has come back. However, the interesting about that card, it is always the end of the line, right? So you have to choose where do you want to go. However, when it comes to the, what was that 3-drop? That 3-drop that comes out 19k that can go straight up to 8-drop, the very expensive promo in the past. Because of that card, now you can play both. You can play like 1-drop to Gotenks, and then you can Sugash that 3-drop in. It was very difficult to deal with in the past. But that's why they kind of banned the Gotenks and stuff like that. However, this card fixes all their problems. This is the bridge between all of them, because you're not going to play this guy for 4, so you don't have to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, that type of shenanigans, right? You don't have to do it. What you do here is you activate main, tap 1, pick the Gotenks, put it, return it into your hands, then you play this card from your hands, and then you take 1 of your life. If that's not enough, you have the ability to self-awaken. You know what's the problem with Goku lineage? Playing it theme. A lot of yellow leaders are better at playing Goku lineage. However, if you are trying to play the SS4 Goku, that card looks so good. I would really encourage you guys to go out there and buy the big card right now, because there's nothing more flexible that you can do more flex by putting the big leader card on the table and to show your opponent how much you like SS4 Son Goku, right? And that Goku Son Goku card, you play it and you have the ability to self-awaken right now with this card. So you can swing Gotenks, tap 1, you look at top 3, take 1 card into your hands, tap 1, play this card, take that Gotenks back into your hands, take 1 card, put it into your hands, and now you have a 15k barrier that goes up to 5-drop the next turn. The bad part is it doesn't go straight up to 8, because that's where Height of Mastery and the SCR is. However, it is good enough, because you do have a lot of 5-drop options. One of the new one is Pan, Courageous Youth. Why do you want to play this 5-drop since the pop? It's because this card, it's pretty good. When you play her, she herself populates 2 out of 5 drops on the table. 0 plus 5k, but if you want to, you swing with this card with Heroine, you are able to get, this card is basically Champa. A better Champa, really. Because it is a 0 plus 5k if you really need it. Yep. And so you get to play 5 with their skills negated, so you kind of wasted 1 turn. However, it is good enough because now you have 2 options to go up. So if your opponent has the ability to control the board, have fun controlling what is on the board. You go to a deck, find a 5-drop, put it on the table, go to your hands, put a 5-drop and put it onto a table. There's a lot of options for 5-drop, a lot of them you need to tap 4 to play an 8-drop. But can I interest you in one of them? which is the new one, Double Strike, swap 8 for energy. I think every single one of them is a swap 8 for energy, so there is no option. But why is this card good? The reason why this card good is because you switch up to one of your Goku lineage leader cards and switch it to active mode, then negate the skill for the turn. The Goku lineage card is the one that I mentioned about, SS4. SS4 Son Goku from, I forgot, is it set 4? I don't remember. That card has critical, I think double strike plus 5k. Don't quote me, I can't remember it off my head. But I played with that card, against that card before. It was difficult to deal with. I don't want to deal with when he swings. But then, now this guy can put it back into active mode and then swing again. Haha, no thanks, no thanks. Yep, alright, so let's do this. You can choose not to go with Pando, so you can go for 4-drop to 5-drop just like that if you want to. Yeah, so this is Goku lineage shaping up to be pretty good. But do you want to know what's really good? Universe 9. Universe 9 has not green and yellow, but Universe 9 has blue and yellow. So Sorey and Hobbs, fiends of Universe 9, it is a good energy. I'm sorry to say that. It is a really good energy, but it is also a very good blocker. So this card is just really good for a common card, because when you activate its blocker for 2 energy, your opponent choose one of your cards, switch it to rest mode. If they don't want to, they draw a card. So, you know, as in the early game, when they swing with the leader, you use this as a blocker. Your opponent has to switch one of their cards to rest mode. If they don't, you draw a card. If they swing with their battle card, you use this, you activate blocker, your opponent has to switch the leader card to rest mode. So, really good. Or one of their energy. If they don't want to, you get to draw a card. One of their cards. It doesn't even say it's a battle card or something. Unison card. They have to switch it. It's just amazing. Really underrated card. And plus, it is not a dead card in your hands if you don't want to, because this card does not have energy exhaust. Very good card. Trio the Danger, Fierce Trinity, the Paw Patrol. How good is this card? Wow. Just wow. Okay, so energy exhaust, deflect, double strike. Your opponent can activate counter skills in response to this card, attacking units or card or battle card. Do they need to? So, let me explain this card. This card is this. That, okay, let's do the auto first, right? So when this card remove a marker from your opponent's unit's card by attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's unit's card and negates the skills until the end of your opponent's next turn. So let's take a look at a certain scenario. Your opponent has a unit's card that is 5. 5, it's difficult to deal with maybe, you know, like Zeno, right? So 5, it's very difficult to deal with. This card has deflect. That means when it comes down, your opponent cannot do anything about it. Trunks, no way. God Sealing Trunks, no way. But okay, Frieza, yes, they can pop this. However, alright, when you go with this 20k double strike swing, so when you swing, it's gonna guarantee that 2 marker it's gonna be gone. And when the 2 marker is gone, your opponent cannot activate the unison card. That means they cannot add unison cards marker on top of it. For those that's +2, those that are +1, like Demigra and stuff like that, it is gonna be so difficult for them, because Demigra, it's gonna be gone, because it negates the skill until the end of your opponent next turn. So that Demigra, it's gonna be gone. So if you have things, unison cards that are very sticky, this guy, it's gonna do it. And your opponent cannot counter it. When your opponent cannot counter, there is no combat defensive step for unison battle. That marker is gonna be gone. So this is direct damage for unison card, just to remove marker. And at the same time, tell you what, they cannot add marker in the next turn for the unison. Very good card. 5 costs, it's a little bit too much. If there is a way to play this card at a lower cost, that would be really good. But guess what? It's just 2 energy, and you can play this card from your hands. Alright, good. This is not yellow, this is blue. However, I just want to say the blue has support for the Paw Patrol also. So Bergamo, Unstoppable, Colossus. When your leader card is blue during your turn, 2k each for your energy and your opponent's energy. When this card is played, you get to draw a card. Okay? And it also has the reprint, which is Basil Fatal Rampage. This card is simply crazy. Alright, so we have Bojack's Never Ending Vengeance. This is unique barrier. And activate main tap 2. If your leader card is a Bojack's crew card, you choose one Tora, Red, Unban, or Assault of the Great Apes from your hands, activate it, then negate the skills for the turn. So it's just a 2-cost Assault of the Great Apes. This card is simply amazing. 5 cards, it's a little bit too much. Excuse me. I don't know if there is a way to cheat this out. But if you have a Bojack's crew card in play, reduce the combo cost of this card by 1. So if there's a way to cheat this out, admittedly I don't really know a lot about this Bojack's crew thing. If there's a way to cheat this thing out, that would be really good. If they don't have it, 5 cost, 25k, unique barrier, tap 2, and they can do this, it's pretty good. However, this card, it's not the end evolution though, because you can play the 8-drop Bojack's that you can free evolve on it. I think that's a double strike that taps all your opponent's energy. Pretty difficult to deal with if you're playing Bojack's crew. And it is UC, that means it's not gonna get crazily expensive. There are 19 SR in this set, so way less than any of those expansions that we have been dealing with, like drop boxes. So I'm pretty sure, or I hope that this set will not cost that much. Yep. And the last one, it is gonna be Mecha Frieza. Does Mecha Frieza still needs support? Yes and no. No, in the sense that it does not need any more yellow card. I believe that it might be a mistake that the card game designer really designed that Mecha Frieza card. Let's see how it goes, because it just limits design, ain't it? It's just -2 not once per turn. That's crazy. That's -2 cost, not once per turn. So that's pretty crazy in my book. Your worst nightmare, it's not -2 cost. It activates something that's 2 costs or less, right? So, but yes, as in, you know why I'm not playing Mecha Frieza? Even though Mecha Frieza, it's my favorite form of Frieza when I was younger. When I saw like when I knew Frieza was very difficult to deal with, right? But when I saw like Mecha Frieza and people were showing pictures of Mecha Frieza, I went crazy. I was like, oh my god, it's half robot and half Frieza. Frieza, it's really so difficult to deal with. And because I don't have money to buy the manga, and you know, internet wasn't around back then, it wasn't readily available back then. So I always think in my head, I make up stories on how powerful this Frieza is, and Goku is gonna die, Gohan is gonna die, Piccolo is gonna die, Krillin will surely die. let's not kid ourselves. But you know, I was making like stories up in my head. Can you imagine my disappointment when it was less than 1 chapter that Mecha Frieza was defeated? Anyways, so I really want to play Mecha Frieza because it is my favorite form of Frieza. However, what's important here is I want to play Mecha Frieza theme with the Mecha Frieza card. Mecha Frieza negate, Mecha Frieza extra card, Mecha Frieza battle card, Mecha Frieza Unison. I can deal with that. I mean, Unison don't have to be, it's a partner, right? How can 2 Mecha Frieza appear at the leader card and Unison card? However, this is something that I want to do it. So, your worst nightmare, this is Revival of the Emperor, but you play it from your hand, not from your drop area, and once per turn. And you have to have 3 or more energy. So that's pretty good. One of your options is going to be Mecha Frieza Full Assault, but don't do it. This is not worth it, because during your opponent's turn you can tap 1 and play him if you activate an extra card. Yep. And this is your Searcher, which is a 15k Searcher. Pretty good, because you can swing with him. And the best part is 0 plus 5k. Why is 0 plus 5k very important? The issue that I have with this Your Worst Nightmare over here is that it is not played from the deck, it is played from your hand. A lot of problems that we have with the old Mecha Frieza card is it's 1 plus 10k. Is this card good? Very good. Is that the other promo card, the 20k Double Striker that looks at your opponent's hand? Good. It is very good, especially if you can play them all for 2 costs instead of 4 costs. The problem that I have with all this card is that when you play them, a lot of them are 1 plus 10k. That means, and because you have to play them from your hands, you have to pump up the number so that you kind of have them in your hands, right? I just realized something over here. Alright. But one interesting thing over here is that your worst nightmare can be played with Golden Frieza. That means Golden Frieza can play this Frieza army card for 2 energy, and then you can swing with him, pop him, and untap the 2 energy and draw a card. That's really good. But you kind of cannot spam it, so that's your worst nightmare over there. Yep. And we do have the last card, that is Death Blasters. That got the community talking. How good is this card? It is pretty good, but only in very specific scenario. These are the type of cards that you really need to know how to play it. And of course, with Deflect right now, it just takes away the power of Cold Bloodlust. Is Cold Bloodlust still a very good card? It is still one of the best cards in the game right now. What is the problem? Why is Cold Bloodlust so much better than Death Blaster? It's because Cold Bloodlust is just 1 energy. Nothing else. 1 energy, your opponent plays something, negate it. Negate the skills, and it is vanilla. But Death Blaster, you kind of have to send all your energy needs to be mono yellow, your leader needs to be mono yellow, and you have to send 2 mono yellow extra cards with energy cost of 1 other than this card from your drop area to your warp. So there are a lot of more than just 2 energy. There is a lot of check on this card, which is good, because we need it, because this card has the ability to become very, very powerful. But I would say this card, maybe it is like 2 off, maximum 3 off in the deck, combined with Cold Bloodlust, just to top it up, right? And if you're not playing Mecha Frieza, the good part about this card is because you're playing with Mecha Frieza, you don't have to play the 2 costs. However, if you're playing other decks, maybe this would be further reduced. I don't know. Let's see how it goes, right? And this is the end. I hope you like the review, and tell me which color, because since we've seen all the colors except for black, right? Tell me which are the colors that you're most looking forward to see and have fun with, and what are you most excited for? For me, it is Android, the Android support. I love it so much. The Maiden support, I love it so much. OG Broly, I love it so much. I'm not interested in the red ones. Okay, so let's put it out there. I'm not interested in the red ones. Goku lineage, yes. Mecha Frieza, yes. Bergamo, yes. Android, the new Android 13, yes. So a lot of yes for me. Bardock's crew, not that much. Yep. So a lot of yes for me in this set. I'm really looking to see how can I get my hands on everything in this set. And yeah, so that's how excited I am. Alright guys, stay safe and see you guys in the next video. Alright, for the black review. Ciao, bye.